Hey everyone, today we are starting our new HTML playlist for beginners. Let's quickly go over what we will cover in this video. First, we have HTML text and formatting. So we will go over to paragraphs, headings and line breaks. They will cover bold, italic, underscore and other text style. We will cover lists in HTML, which will be ordered and unordered lists. They will cover block level and inline level elements. In case you didn't follow our previous video on how to set up VS Code on Mac, you can do it before you continue with this video. I'll paste a link in the comment section that will help you to set up VS Code on Windows and other operating systems. So quickly, let's create a file, because when starting a new project or a new HTML project, you have to create a file that you store your text. So in the layman's sense, programming is all about giving instruction to the computer to perform a task or do anything that you want. So let's create a file. Go to File, New Text File, or you can use New File. So first of all, I will save my file. I'll save it in my desktop. So I will call it index.html. Index.html. Right now, we don't have anything in this our HTML code. So let's declare or just bring out the structure of HTML so that I can test it in our browser. So we have here HTML. If you are using a text editor like this, you have this IntelliSense coming out. So if you click on HTML5, you have this pop-up. So this is just the structure of your HTML code. We don't need this meta for now. Meta is mostly used when doing SEO. As we go further, you will understand what is SEO and some other good terms that you can use in this your head. Let's quickly run our code now. So I'll open my file, go to where I save it, my desktop. I have index.html, I double click and it's opening here. So you can see we don't have anything right now. So I'll save my file so that we can have our document showing. That's our title. So if you check here, you see title. Let me close other tabs. So we have our title here, document. So that's where title always appear. So let's quickly go to what is paragraph, how to use it, the heading and the line breaks. So let's start from heading. As I said in my previous video, we have H1 to 6. So I'll use H1 here. That's H1. I will run it and see what it does. So main, let's just put a text, main heading. Let's make it H1. Oh, sorry, mistake here. So let's save it. We refresh. So this is our H1 now. Let's test H2. We have H1 to 6. So I'll just duplicate it. If you are on Windows, you click Shift and Alternative arrow down. It will duplicate this for you. If you are on Mac, Shift Option arrow down. So this H2, that's subheading. Don't mind me, I made a lot of mistake. So we save it. So that's just the two heading we're going to use, but we have H1 to H6. You can do it by yourself, put H6 and see how it will look. I said earlier that this H1 to H6 is just an hierarchy by font. When I mean hierarchy by font, let me refresh this. You see this one is more bigger than this H2. So the main heading is more bigger than the subheading. So we have H3, H4, H5, H6. Then let's go to paragraph. So this is a paragraph. It's just the same as the one you write in your book. I refresh this. You see as paragraphs looks. So paragraph always have the same font no matter what you are doing. So let's try and insert a line break here so that we see how it's being used and how it works. So line break is just a tag BR. So let's insert a line break by applying BR to here. But there are some other pseudocode you can use for this, but I won't go to that for now. I will only focus on BR. So if you type any other thing here, it will go to the next line. But as we know before, we are writing this thing in one line. So but because of this BR, it will help us to break the next thing we are writing after the BR. So let's save it and check. You see it, what we have here is this is a paragraph. Let's insert a line break. So we inserted a line break, then after the line break we have this will be entering the next line. So you have seen it from this to this. In our next video, we'll be talking about bold, how to bold a text, add italic, like italicizing a text, and also underline and some other HTML styles. Then we'll also move on to list, how to use list in your project.